looking through that portal, the visual portal, making a decision. This is a big turning point for the character. You can feel it. See? A lot of this is very inspired by Akira. You can see the inspiration down to, of course, the jacket, the coloration, the color grading. Today I'm watching, breaking down, reacting to Intergalactic, the Heretic project. There's been a lot of discourse about this game happening online, so let's get in there and I'm going to share my thoughts with it as we check it out. If you enjoy our time together, check out some of my other cinematic breakdowns. All right, let's take a look, guys. I've not played a ton of games by Naughty Dog, but I know they're highly respected, so I'd love to hear people's thoughts on any opinion on this. Let's look at it. Let's break it down. Really interesting sort of text here. Suffering of generations must be endured to achieve our divine end. Semperian scripture, 1986. So, setting the mood here. The music feels otherworldly. It feels strange, like I'm going somewhere. And here we have a clean cut down the center of the screen which shows Earth, and then that open nothingness, that endless possibility, and like a portal, like a, I've been sucked through this broken moon, and then this beautiful blue and red coloration, contrasting colors. What an opening shot. And I love this anime on the screen. It's teaching us about this character, right? Scars. Really cool. So, and there's more on the screen up there. There's more anime. So what I like instantly is a lot of people are talking about this character and what they feel about the character, and how they feel about how this character looks. For me, I'm more interested in like what this character is doing, what their motivation is, and a lot of people are talking about this look with the hair. I'm more interested in like, why are they shaving their hair like this, right? And in our world, it's usually something like a big kind of change in your life is when you change your personal style. Maybe you want a new beginning. Maybe you want to start fresh. And in this case, I think maybe this character is gonna make a big decision or, do something that feels like a big leap of faith or something. That's what I'm getting here. And in this case, what I love is we're learning a lot about the character, both from what they're doing and also what's going on here, right? And we have this beautiful 1990s, 1980s anime on the screen, which is really, really fun and is original as far as I know. Like they animated it themselves, but it's meant to evoke that sort of Cowboy Bebop era and maybe even a little earlier than that as well, like Akira and other films of that era in the 80s. But I really like it. And again, when we look at this character intro, it's really interesting because we're withholding. What we see here is scars all over the skull of this character. So you have to ask, what happened to them? Maybe they're shaving their head because their hair doesn't grow evenly because they get their head sliced up, it looks like, too. So there's a lot of context clues here, which are kind of teaching us about what's going on here. But I like that there's a lot of show don't tell is a good example of what's happening here with this character. No words have been spoken. We can pick up on a lot of clues. But I'm curious what you think of the character. And I encourage you to look beyond it as a sort of like beauty pageant. And let's look at this as a story. There are games that cover that. Like, for example, Infinity Nikki is a game that's literally just about making your character beautiful and having fun and dressing them up. If that's your sort of thing, this seems to be a character-driven narrative. So let's look at it for what it is, right? Oh, I mean, this is so Cowboy Bebop right here. Very evocative of Spike Spiegel with the hairstyle and everything, and the style overall. Love it. Anyway, let's continue. Okay, going through papers. Oh, we're gonna get a lot of clues about the character here. Oh, and as we said, right, this appears to be the character, the main character right here, who has hair in that. So to me, what happened to the 5 aces, right? We're learning a lot from this new lead. It would appear that they used to have a team who possibly died. Yep, 5 aces mastermind, dead or hiding. I'm assuming it's this person right here. Perhaps the way they're positioned in the photograph, this character wanted to maybe go through a new life change, maybe forget about some pain that happened to them. Maybe she's hunting down her lost teammates. But we can see from this, something's going on here. There was a big change in this character's life, a very extreme change, which has probably caused them to do this. And this is very intriguing. We're getting sucked into the story here. No words yet. Very well done. Don't turn off the anime.
Jordan, tell me something good.
Well, you're right, it checks out. He's hiding out around the Superior Moon.
Excellent.
This is totally Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, looking for a bounty.
It's next to fucking Superior. No one has left that planet in over 600 years. Anyone who even flies close to it is never heard from again.
We're relating back to the text
Superstitions.
No,
in the beginning.
no. Superstitions are the crazy rumors about what happened on that planet. These are facts.
This is such an Akira outfit, by the way.
You know what I wear just to wait.
Looks like Kaneda's outfit in Akira.
Wait for him to leave.
If you're familiar.
How about we find a new lead? He's not worth it.
I like how that shot, that whole section, it feels like I'm in the ship. It was a one shot. We're just following the character through their daily life. It's providing a lot of clues about how they live. Like, for example, here we have, like, you know, fast food on the table. They're living quick. They're looking for bounties. They're trying to survive. Like I said, it feels very Cowboy Bebop. They turn on the news. You get what was that show called in Bebop? At least to turn on and watch like the cowboys saying, "We got a new bounty for you." Right? It feels like that. This is clearly like a friend who's keying them in or cluing them into it. But we move through the ship. We learn about this character.
Superstitions.
No. Superstitions are the crazy rumors about what happened on that planet. These are facts.
You worry too much.
You know what I worry just to write about.
Yeah.
I say we wait for him to leave, or how about we find a new lead?
So again, seems to be a dangerous bounty. And it's telling us this character may be living a little bit reckless, right? Maybe that's why they shaved their head, right? They're feeling reckless. They're feeling crazy. They want to just like do anything to make a change in their life. They need something to move forward.
I'm wasting my time, aren't I?
Can you please blame him? I don't need another hunter swooping in.
Who is swooping? No one is crazy enough to go there.
Oh, he clearly is.
He is clearly
You can see that character too on the screen. That's awesome.
desperate.
And so am I, so claim him, or I will find another agent.
Anyone else with all your fucking shit? Okay, alright, you know what? There, you're the boss.
Yeah. Colin Graves.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Listen, kid. I'll see you on the other side.
The eye patch too, you know, very anime 80s design. Love it. This is a big moment. You feel the music building up. Looking through that portal, the visual portal, making a decision. This is a big turning point for the character. You can feel it. See? Reflecting, and there it is. They made the decision. Said, "Let's go." Oh, this is absolutely a reference to Akira. Like this is the exact shot, the exact machinery. A lot of this is very inspired by Akira, which gets thrown around a lot. And there's a good reason for that. Incredibly original and inspirational, formative film. I found this tweet that has a really good side-by-side of this shot selection here. You can see the inspiration down to, of course, the jacket, the coloration, the color grading, the technology here with the idea of the CD coming in. What that does is gives a really fun mix of futuristic and sort of retro at the same time, which is really interesting because when you look at Akira, which was made in the 80s, in the manga possibly even before that, it's the idea of them imagining a future. But of course, CDs were around back then. Now CDs are obsolete to us, so it's a really cool idea to have this like retro feel. Right back then, CDs were in. Now they're obsolete to us. So it's interesting to have this, alternate universe where they're not retro. They're actually still around, as if it was the 80s, but we'd progressed significantly. So I think that's the idea they're going for here, and it's pretty interesting visually. The music too is just so 80s, man. Wow, really nice enemy design here. Man, what is the gameplay? I really like that you can see the kind of decision gets made, and you see their whole emotion on their face. Their whole expression is going to shift over when they make that decision. They shoot out through that sort of visual portal, so to speak. It's very well done. Just a really short scene, but there's a lot here, and you can see this is the moon, so they've clearly landed on that planet. It's probably Earth. But what I ask is, like, the questions that this brings up are like, who is this guy? what in the world is this? The bounty they were talking about? But what's cool here is this the Semperians from the Semperian ruins? Sounds like it might be the case, and looks like a formidable foe that you're gonna have to face on your journey. So there's a lot of cool questions asked here. It's just really one scene that they chose to show off the kind of vibe of the game. And beyond that, we don't really know too much. It looks like kind of like melee focused futuristic combat, which is interesting. And I think it could go a lot of cool places. So I'm curious what you guys think, but that's kind of my thoughts on it. I really like the inspiration coming down even to this, CRT based screen that we're seeing, like the individual pixels on. Very retro, very 80s, and but at the same time having like an amazing spaceship, which is not very 80s, right? So, but it's very cool. Even like the silhouette of the character here, like I said, very Kaneda. And it's awesome to see. Trying to analyze the weapon there a little bit, but yeah, just a great shot of the bridge. And again, this red and blue being very prominent throughout. Like I said, I love this shot down the middle, which is kind of like, it's almost like, what's your choice going to be? The place you know or the great unknown, right? So I think that's really strong as well. But hey, that's going to be my basic thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think. I think there's a lot of potential for this. Don't really know anything about it besides what we've seen in this short scene. But I like how it seems it's going to be very character driven, as you can see from like the character's life is strewn about them on the ship, and some really cool clues as to what happened. And I assume maybe we're either going to get flashbacks or at least a nice kind of deep dive in the story of this character looking back at their past and how they came to this point. And like I said, I feel like this trailer, though, it's kind of almost invisible because it's our character intro. We're just seeing them for the first time. I feel like this is a very important scene for this character. I feel like this moment right here, let me go back to that scene. Yeah, this shot right here. This shot right here feels like a very important moment for this character. A huge life decision is taking place, and I think they voiced that very well. You can see kind of weighing the pros and cons here. Is this what I want to be in my life? Who do I want to be? Let's do it. And I think that's a really cool scene. It's a really strong moment. But anyways, and then we move on to, of course, we go from music that is composed to diegetic sound. Diegetic sound is sound that is happening in the scene, and we see her physically raise the volume to hype herself up, and we become a part of that. We're kind of living in the scene and the sound with the character, which is really fun, and you'll see it used in a lot of different film. But yes, very fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I hope I can give you a little bit of different perspective shift on it. Like I said, I've seen a lot of discourse about this, pretty much just based on this one character only, nothing else. So I was curious to kind of look at it as a piece of filmmaking and look at the details of it. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube if you enjoyed your time together with me. Hop in Discord if you want to talk about this and your thoughts on this. And of course, follow on Twitch. Follow my couples channel with my fiance if you want to see us play games. And I will talk to you guys very soon.